Hello everyone, my name's Idiotic Synergy, and after my slightly angry video yesterday about Dark Tide being crap, I'm going to talk about Astorath the Grim, because I need to talk about something positive that I actually like about the hobby. And I really like Astorath the Grim. The model, the model is derpy as hell, and that's why I like this character so much, because the model is derpy. But the character himself is also quite cool, because Asteroth is a really important character. Uh, his job in the Blood Angels is that he's in charge of executing Blood Angels that have fallen to the Black Rage. That is his job, and that's why he's called Asteroth the Grim, because it's like, oh, it's a grim task. Or, you know, you could be smarmy and go, oh, he's like the Grim Reaper for Blood Angels. And I really like Asteroth, but his model is really sodding old. It is extremely old. I mean, there's no 360 view. There's not even like a back view, so we can see his back. There's no back view. That's the view for his back. Well done, Synergy, you stupid moron. I just made that sentence redundant. Anyway, this model is just stupid. Look at his little face. He looks like the local crackhead. It's great. But what I really like about this model is how he holds the axe. It's at like the very bottom. So if he swings it, he has no control. None whatsoever. Also, his wings are really thick. They are really thick wings. Usually, with wings, regardless on whether or not they're on a jump pack or not, they're quite thin. These are resin wings. The entire model, it won't shock you. To be fair, it shocks me that it's not metal, because it is resin. It's that horrible finecast resin, but generally surprised me that it wasn't metal, considering how old it is. But honestly, I like the model. It looks daft, don't get me wrong, but it's charming in its own sort of way. It's like Vulcan Heathstan's model, where it looks derpy when compared to some of the others, but it's charming in its own right. And I like the I like the effect they tried to do to show him that he is indeed flying. They have all of his scrolls that just fall on the floor here, and it's supposed to show that he's flying, right? To me, it just looks like somebody stapled all of his scrolls while he was walking, and he's about to take off, but he can't move because the scrolls are like stapled to the ground. It's like a prank a chaplain pulled on him. So he's trying to fly up, but he just can't. Oh dear. But he has got rules for ninth edition. Surprisingly, I thought this model would be in Legends. No, no, you can run him in ninth edition. And he's got a really interesting litany, because he's a chaplain. In fact, there's a really interesting thing about Asteroth, and that is he's got, what is it? I forgot the name, but they're like 4 specific master chaplains or whatever they're called, and they follow him about, but they're in all black armor apart from the symbol of the Blood Angels, and that's their job, is basically like to shadow him and to support him. It's really quite interesting, but I forgot what the unit's called, and that's really going to annoy me. But it is in a book. I forgot what I think it's in the Asteroth book, because Asteroth has got his own book. I haven't read it yet, but I might be tempted to pick it up. Anyway, the litany. As you can see here, it's sort of your standard special HQ rules. You know, he can move 12, weapon skill 2, ballistic skill 2, strength 4, toughness 4, wounds 5, attacks 4, leadership 9, and save of a 2 up. And he's got his bolt pistol and his axe, which is +2 to his strength, AP -3, and 3 damage. That's all quite good. Now, what's interesting is the Massive Doom Litany. And I really like it because it's a useful litany, but it's also the most silly litany. And I said the word litany too many times, but what's also interesting about Astorath is that he knows 4 different litanies. He knows Litany of Hate, Mass of Doom, and 2 other litanies from the Litanies of Battle, which I said litanies too many times, it's now sounding weird. But Mass of Doom is a really interesting one because it affects, you select one friendly Blood Angels core or Blood Angels character unit within 6 inches of Asteroth, and you roll a dice, and if you roll a 1, one model in that unit is destroyed, but everyone else in that unit gets a +1 to the attack's hit roll. If 1 to 5, if you roll a 1 to 5, each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to that hit roll. And then if you roll a 6, models in that unit have a 4-up invulnerable save. Each time a model in that unit makes a melee attack, add 1 to the attack's hit roll. So no matter what you roll, you will get a +1 to the attack's hit roll. But why I like this roll is I like the idea of someone trying to buff Dante with Asteroth, and Asteroth flies over and just kills Dante. Because you can apply it to any Blood Angel's character. So if you roll a 1, I really like the idea of Asteroth flying by. Like, I will inspire you, Commander Dante, and just shoots him in the face. I don't know why I find that so funny. It's because it destroys that model in the unit, so obviously the character dies, but it gets a +1 attack to hit rolls. I just really like the idea of someone trying to buff like their HQ, and Astorath just fucking shoots them dead in front of everyone. Oh dear, I know you would probably shove Asteroth with like a bunch of jump pack dudes or whatever, but just the image of somebody going, right, I want to make sure that Dante hits on 2s no matter what. So they fly over Asteroth, and Asteroth just fucking shoots Dante. It's great. It is great. I like that about the game, where rules are kind of janky and silly like that. And also I need to mention that if there is any Death Company Blood Angels near Asteroth, each time a morale test is taken for that unit, the test has automatically passed. So you can do the same with Gabriel Seth. Just you can have Asteroth be a more effective assassin by accident than a Vindica assassin. That's quite silly. Just every time Asteroth is on the board, you keep rolling 1s and just slowly wipes out your entire HQ choices and Elite's choices. That's fun. That's quite fun. I wonder though if you can put the litany on yourself. Because there's nothing stopping you. So you could put the litany on yourself and just have Asteroth kill himself. Oh dear. That's why I like the game, because it is silly. It is a silly game, and it fits with the silly model, because the model is really. I mean, look at the shoulder pads. It's so dumb. I love it. I love this model, and I hope they never get rid of them. Rid of this model. I want this model. I kind of want Asteroth to come back slightly Primarist, but have him basically have a more extreme version of Massive Doom, where if you roll a 1, everybody in that unit takes D6 damage, just because it would be really funny. Anyway, I've been Idiotic Synergy, and Asteroth the Grim is a really cool character. I might do a lore video on him, but I've got another idea for another video. And yeah, I needed cheering up after Darktide being shit, so I'll see you later. Take care and stay safe, everyone.